Greg. You just watched that. I came on here and I had a bit of a trigger seeing the right wing attacking things here. I'm calm now. They are a trigger to me, extreme right parties going against democracy. But that's another story. I believe in democracy 100%. I believe that everybody has rights. And I think the problem with the world is narcissism and greed. Resilience is to live through the greed. And it'll all fall apart because it's got karma behind it. I'm metaphysical and I believe in karmic debt. I'm spiritual too. Jesus died for the greed. And the greed's in our banking system. The greed's in our profiting on housing, real estate fraud, house flipping. Hard to deal with right now. So I put it aside and I start working on studying from an Arizona course. I've been learning Erickson hypnosis techniques. I'm learning everything I can do to help people. So I looked at different forms of equine therapy. Learn them all. Because I don't think one school fits. I got time. Learn as much as I can online. Take it from there. Horses have helped me through my life. What's never helped me is seeing greed. And harming animals and harming children and raping women, and it just breaks my heart. Respecting kindness. We got on the path of things I don't agree with. I don't think life has meaning. That means there's uncertainty all the time. Human culture and human minds agreed won't suit me. Kind-hearted people, spirituality, happiness. So you hear me oppose Jordan Peterson because I hear these things. It's not about being happy. It is about being happy. And it's not about Keynesian economics. I don't believe in that model. I believe everything has love in it. Fibers of kindness. Keynesian economics got into a field of junk for making junk merchandise that wouldn't last. Externalities. So I just dumped that type of economic model. And I read about the golden age, and I think it's got to come. And it is coming. Because I see the signs. I see me getting better living alone, not listening to people. Nobody's around to help me. They're all in the institutionalized system, unable to help a man that's sort of helping himself. That's the way it should be. I see the legal system failed me, but I'm not giving up. I'm going up to Ottawa and I'm filing human rights abuse. And I might file, if I can't get the Human Rights Code in Canada, international human rights. I don't think it's been fair for me. The whole system. And I kept on wondering what's happening to education. It's just shoved up people's butts. Accolades and getting their schematic to go to university. Well, the truckers attacked me for saying that people should have trades. My father was based on that, and I never thought so. Police officers start from constable and work their way up. I started with a shit shovel. in horse racing, and I started exercising, training horses. Now, was that the end of my education? No, I went to college after that because they didn't know anything about nutrition or anything. So, I never quit learning, and I'm still learning. My mother, to survive in Australia, is part Aboriginal, part Irish, educated herself. Yeah, I did the same. I had issues with my mother. She was always giving her heart away like women do, not giving to her son. I was a lonely child. The others excluded me as externality. Somebody said something really bitter to me, and it upset me. My father was 61 years old when I was born. I went to a psychologist. "So you're too old to have children." Well, I had a child. So I'm a defect then. I'm not worthy of living. I just threw that sort of psychology out. My dad grabbed me by the hand. He son of a bitch, I'll get you out of here. He almost punched him. I got a little bit of daddy in me. He went through World War One. My mother was an Australian Army officer and nurse. World War Two. They were going to desecrate those medals. I screamed, "You get those friggin' things back to me." So now I said I wanted mediation. No, I had that with the ex-wife too. No mediation. So the lawyer says you got to have a divorce. You got to go for annulment. And that's the whole problem for our world right now. We don't mediate anywhere. We don't come to the middle path at anything. Our whole society is privileged. Everybody has a right to be. They stole property on me, and they only have a 2-year restraint. I had post-traumatic stress. I couldn't get my head together. Now I understand the problem with not getting trauma therapy. Well, in Australia, I'm a trauma expert. I've been studying this and healing myself because I care about people, and all I see is trauma, especially young women. Nobody understands somebody flipping out and acting out. It's a survival instinct that shouldn't be there. And when people do you wrong, you have to come into your own, you have to protect yourself. So I need income. I'm suing them as much as I can get. When I'm in Australia, I have money for legal law. I will not use systems that do not denounce that. And that was the mental health system. It was a piece of garbage because it stigmatized me. I couldn't get back to work. They weren't looking at my past. They weren't looking at the education I had. They didn't look at anything. I came back here, and I'm getting triggered. You can see this is compound PTSD still. Everything I say is attached to one attachment to another. That's sad, isn't it? It's buried away. And it does come up as anger, frustration. I haven't got a bone in my life to want to hurt people. But at times I feel threatened around humans of the narcissistic qualities of an empath. I kept on wondering as a child why I feel these things and why I pick up on people. I'm an empath. I'm a medium and a clairvoyant. And it came out again. I studied the Reiki system. I started clearing things with therapy called emotional freedom. It opened me up again. I get visions and I don't know why. and it's about other people. And colors, and I never understood what these colors meant. Yeah, they're auric chakra colors, and I see it in the person I'm talking to. She's got some sort of hidden compound PTSD. It's an orange color, and her sexuality is right off whack. Being a young woman, and I understand that now. When you violate a woman or he's in childhood, they're going to have sexual deviances. It's a shame that people rape children. It's a shame. I don't know why not. I just kept on seeing clairvoyantly this Australian girl. She's 30 now. I'm not mentioning names. And I saw a basement. And she's locked down there for a long time. I think there's a lot of things hidden away in children. I used to pick up taxi. I didn't know why I'd feel a certain way about somebody I was getting on a call. They'd open up and dump everything on me. And it's childhood pedophiles and monsters that hurt children. And they carry it on to their adult years and never release it. They're in marriages and they don't even want to talk to their wives about it. They feel ashamed that a pedophile sexually abused them when they were a little boy. Men have problems too. If there's anything wrong with our world, as therapists and healers, is listening to fools that say empathy and empathy overload is a problem. I had to deal with empathy and caring about people. So I learned emotional freedom technique because I gotta hear people. I can't shut down compassion. If that's what Jordan Peterson talked about, empathetic shutdown in therapy, he needs to lose his license. I think he has here. He's lost some court battle. He's just been shooting so much manure. Empathy is the healing part of our system. And I see it lacking in medicine now, especially your institutionalized hospitals. They're dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Napoleon Hill spoke a different story. If you're a healer, you go the extra mile. You do what you can. And when somebody commits suicide, you're affected. And you gotta watch your emotional behaviors of you hear it and you don't know if you're gonna. Somebody says, I'm gonna kill myself. You gotta be intuitive. You gotta be really sharp. Because you can send them to the wrong doctor and he can medicate them and they'll kill themselves. Okay? Put them on some sort of chemical. That's never ever worked. It's never worked. It's never worked. And I don't blame you for being upset at somebody that's killed themselves. Oh, hell yeah, I don't blame you. If you do. But following a ruled system and knowing that they're killing people with drugs is wrong. A Canadian Armed Forces officer or soldier who's got post-traumatic stress is asking for help You do not offer assisted death. Shame on you. Where did you learn that sort of cupcake solution? Men can heal. Once they're healed, I'll tell you what you get when you heal somebody from PTSD. Things come back together. Resilience. They're stronger once they're healed. They make good leaders. They make good parents. They make good individuals. You can't cure death, can you? That is an indicator that our mental health system is broken. Am I against psychiatry? Psychiatry works. I've talked to psychiatrists that are into understanding highly sensitive people, into understanding traumatic psychiatry, emotional development. But I'm against throw a pill at everything. It's a wasteful industry, the pill pushing. It's just like the housing market. It's corrupt as hell. You know, I'll tell you, Alberta got away from that, and it made health better, because a society has to have healthy people. You know, there's been a lot of things hidden away to the profiteers of profit instead of the profiteers of health. And now the idea of health is health. Cures, not assisted death. Is that an opinion? I think it's a fact. If you can point to me that I'm opinionated, please do. I heard this. He said that's an opinion. No, it's a fact. Because you've been mind hacked into a bunch of BS for years. We're starting to come up with new methods, new methodologies. And unfortunately, a lot of it's in the United States coming out of the woodwork. You know, over there, Dr. Abraham Hoffer was a part of out of the woodwork psychiatry. Yeah. Hidden away for a long time. A lot of things get hidden away when they're not. They come up with cures. But the economy is well, people. Isn't it? The economy is well. Health. Health is wealth. And health is getting people well. I met a Buddhist monk. He couldn't take psychiatry in the West. He went out to Gompa and became a monk. Now, live in the world and be of the world? No, we can live in the world and be of, just know our boundaries. I have boundaries. I don't like living in a city. I like country. I like being away from the neighbor. I'm not too far. I like to be able to come in and know carefully where I'm going. I don't want to go into a negative vibration. I'm sensitive. I pick nice, congenial places where people aren't arguing and fighting and being drunk and stoned. And I avoid conservative, right-wing, fascist Noompa boys. I just don't really give to a few guys. So I'm sort of happy with Australia. You got the Labour Party in there. And give you a chance. I'm always listening to people that might make change. I know the Australian housing market was all flooded with dirty money from all over the world. And that's the truth. How do I know? Well, she came to me on LinkedIn. Helen Edwards, you know that woman? Well, she talks a lot. Maybe some people don't like her. Who cares? They don't like me. I don't care. I listen. Listen to anybody. But she showed me facts. Not words, facts in documents. It's just flooded with documents and facts. So another woman in England showed me facts, and she's same information. Flooded, laundered money, and throughout the world. When we opened up the globalization, we opened up some rats too. You got to filter out the rat system. We can't keep track of it. We've overexpanded our knowledge of technology, but got to filter it out and filter out the rubbish, like the money laundering and off booking of they don't want to pay taxes. No. I look at everything now that looks like a charity, and that's all friggin' money laundering. It's all tax shelters. But the taxes are high in Ontario. Oh, hell, they're high. I didn't even get any money back on my income tax because the taxes are so friggin' high. And I'm just getting carbon tax. I've been thinking of moving, but if I could do anything right now is get my passport, my visa, and leave Canada. I've had enough. He's a horse trainer in Kentucky. He says, "Oh hell, the horse racing industry went down years ago." Oh hell, I know. He says, "So did the American government ever since McCarthyism." Yeah, we all know that. And he's a Democrat. He didn't like Trump. And he likes honesty and horse racing, and he doesn't like. He's like me. Gold and racehorses. Millions in mine. There's no money in the other junk. My daddy was a good man. He wouldn't buy into that right-wing garbage. I just got to get a plug here. The right-wing crap. We never liked Nazis. He had a dartboard. Everything was against the law after World War II. Because after World War II, samurai swords were banned. We had enough of these ideologies. They were banned. We didn't have freedom of speaking what you thought. We had law and order. And it was a tight time. It might not be freedom. And it might not be libertarianism. But it worked, and it kept me safe as a child. But nothing keeps me safe in a right-wing conservative bunch of fools that be coming out ever since 60s, 80s, yeah, or 70s. Mike Harris, one piece of garbage. I joined the Green Party in 1990, but we couldn't get in power. Never can. Not without a proportional system. So here's the way Canadian politics works. Apathy. And just go back to conservative. Well, they don't seem to be working very well. They've had a bad track record. And liberals don't like them. We got NDP. We got Bloc. But I don't know. Gotta go to extremes. So I think the whole system's got mind hacked. Apathy is one of the components of no fair voting. I might not agree with your politics. And you might not agree with mine. But where can we come together without fisticuffs or yelling at each other? I don't think politics belongs online. And we've let this go. And I read all this right-wing extremism and going against democracy. And it looked like you were showing fat people is a part of democracy. Tell me how that is. I don't know if I can watch that film. You showed me some other rubbish like Fidel Castro's Justin's father. You got this DNA, fist boys. You got this DNA, you right wing suckers, you fascists, you white supremacists and haters. We never had this before. We do now. Oh, I'm a lumberjack. No, okay. No lumberjacks, just douche boys. Who was your leader? Take me to your leader. Jorgen Peterson, Rex Murphy. He said he was going to sue me. Go ahead, Rex. Make my day. You'll go down in the history and the annals of Tom like a toilet. What goes down the toilet? Flush hole. And all this green scam and green spam. Well, they're just options. Boy, I'm glad humans aren't horses. I'd have a hell of a time feeding a horse. I'm not taking that. That might be a grain scan. It's negation of everything. The world of ideas are gone overcharged. Analyzing people that are spiritual teachers. Dr. Grandin, what's he analyzed? Jorgen, he analyzes Eckhart Tolle. So I question that. So Eckhart Tolle had a lot of the darkness of the soul, spirituality of the ego dying. So he analyzes it. Analytical psychology is rubbish. I don't analyze people. I look at them for face value. I want to see a forensic history. And then I might come to the point that past life influences. But you don't believe in that. It's not science. You don't believe in a lot of things. You're skeptics. So that's philosophy. Hard to live in this world with loud voices of social media and YouTube. It's very hard to deal with the influencers of life. They know the absolute. I think that's the problem with humanity. There's absolutely no absolutes. There's always uncertainty. Knowledge is only what you particularly think you know right now. Everything's in flux. So I really question the certainty principle of, well, I know what's uncertain. Certain thing is uncertainty itself. So why would I listen to certain principles? And I heard a psychologist on there saying we have to make certainty is safety. Problem with safety is it's dangerous as hell. What makes us safe, it kills us, It puts us into chemical solutions. It puts us into all sorts of rubbish and ideas. And shut him down. He's talking too much about everything being uncertain. It doesn't feel safe. Zen, koans, they don't make sense. Because it's not the world of thinking. I play the piano, play the guitar, I play a harmonica. I try to make everything go not sound good and bring it up to good. Always do that. That's the zen of beginner's mind. Whatever you do in life, but not this certainty. There's no certain principle of life. And everything I learned, I had to throw out and start again. And it was horse racing. Oh, you just put drugs in them. Yeah. Yeah. So I joined these bad groups that might be democratic, checking drugging in sports. Because I thought, well, I was on the side of Lance Armstrong, and I just realized you can write your way out of a story. Because I read his book, and he defended that it was international drug testing. Animal justice. Oh no, that's veganism. See, it goes to extremes. Like there's people that are extremists with animal rights, and there's people that are just common sense animal rights. Horse racing's not wrong. Drugging race horses and overworking them and not letting them come in their own and overtraining them is wrong. Overbreeding horses is wrong. If you're breeding a racehorse, you breed a racehorse. You don't breed a lot of them. They're just junk horses. Think about it.